and pray. Amen. Alright, so I'm just going to go tell you the title of this, which, funny enough, has to do with food again. Seems like it always sets up what stuff is. But it's Microwave Christians and Crock-Pot God. Now, if you think about it, it sounds funny. But how often are we just wanting something right away? We pray for it, we want it then, there, no waiting. But the fact of the matter is, we have a Crock-Pot God. He wants us to wait for what he has in store for us. The longer we wait, the better it is. Now, when you think about microwave food, let me give you a few things I looked up about Crock-Pots and microwave. Crock-Pots came out first. They came out 6 years before the first microwave ever came out. 1940, there was the first one that was ever sold. 1946, the first microwave was sold. It shows that as we continue on with just life, as human beings in general, we want to be more lazy. We want to get lazier as we go on, just make things as easier as possible. And before, a computer will take an entire room and barely be able to process 1 plus 1. At this point, we have a smartphone that might as well be a computer in our hands that can look up Google, go on to any sort of social media that we want, the Bible, all that stuff. If we think about it, it's nice having all this stuff right at the tip of our fingers at any time we want. But how often do we get complacent with that right then and there mentality? Instead of wanting to sit down and wait for whatever God has in store for us, we want it then, there, no questions asked. How often do we lose patience with God? We go up, get up on the altar, get on our knees, pray. Say, God, I want this, 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 and this. In your mind, for the most part, it's probably thinking, I want this ASAP, God. I want this, knees off the altar, given to you right there from, little wings floating down from heaven. How many times have we given up halfway through what God told us to do to get said thing? So God might come to you and say, hey, I need you to do this. You do this, I'm going to give you this. You think about in Jericho, in the book of Joshua, chapter 6, in Jericho, where God's pretty much going to deliver Jericho to them. God gave Joshua very specific instructions. Go ahead and pull that up, Valerie. Joshua 1. Yeah, I'm just going to start with 1. Keep reading on down. Alright. Now, the gates of Jericho were tightly shut because the people were afraid of the Israelites. No one was allowed to go in or out. The Lord said to Joshua, I have given you Jericho, its king and all its strong warriors. You and your fighting men should march around the town once a day for 6 days. 7 priests will walk ahead of the ark, each carrying a ram's horn. On the 7th day, you are to march around the town 7 times with the priests blowing the horns. When you hear your priests give one long blast of the ram's horns, have all people shout as loud as they can, and the walls of the town will collapse, and the people will charge straight into the town. That's very specific. Very specific. For 7 days, march around the town, and the 7th day, march around 7 times. How many times has God given us that instruction and we don't follow? We wonder, why didn't I get my blessing? Why didn't I get what God had in store for me? If you think about it, what if they had just cut corners and gotten lazy? What if they just decided to do it their way? Oh, we have a big old tribe of people. We can go and just break down the gates, storm the city. It's ours. God already gave it to us. He said it right there. But that's not what God said. He said, yes, they were frightened of you, but this is what I want you to do, to tear down those walls. What they just said, God, this is taking too long. I don't want to do this. This is taking too long. It's hot. We're out here in the desert, and at least a dry area. It's hot, God. We don't want to walk around this. It's a huge city. Our feet are getting sore. What if they had pulled that? Do you think God would have honored that? But no, they honored God. They honored what Joshua said, what was given to him, and did exactly what was said. So they do that for those days. I think it comes down to, I'm going to jump on down to Joshua 15. On the 7th day, the Israelites got up at dawn and marched around the town as they had done before. But this time, they went around the town 7 times. The 7th time around, as the priests sounded the long blasts of their horns, Joshua commanded the people, "Shout, for the Lord has given you this town. Jericho and everything in it must be completely destroyed as an offering to the Lord. Only Rahab the prostitute and the others in her house will be spared, for she protected our spies. Do not take any of the things set apart for destruction, or you yourselves will be completely destroyed, and you will bring trouble on the camp of Israel. Everything made from silver, bronze, gold, bronze, or iron, sacrificed to the Lord, must be brought to his treasury." When the people heard the sound of the ram's horns, they shouted as loud as they could. Suddenly the walls of Jericho collapsed. The Israelites charged straight into the town and captured it. They completely destroyed everything with their swords, men and women, young and old, cattle, sheep, goats, and donkeys. They did exactly what was told of them. And God delivered the whole city, the entire city of, I don't know how many people, it had to be a ton of people in there, because it's a massive city with walls. Delivered the entire place to the few Israelites that are out there marching around, just because God blessed them, because they followed what he told them to do. Now if we think about it, it sounds, some of the things it sounds, oh, that'll never happen today. But what if Johnny came up to us one day and said, no, God told me, if we march around this place once a day for 6 days, and the 7th day we march around the church 7 times, and do pretty much exactly what it said here. He said that God will give us a new building. How many of us would actually do that? Because it's great to say, oh yeah, the Old Testament, yeah. Don't get me wrong, there are people that would. But they would be griping and groaning. If we were to do that every single week, 7 weeks, being out there in the sun during the summer, I notice how hot it is out there, 90 degrees. Well, if it's storming, raining, dangerous, there are really people that don't want to get out there in the rain. It might mess up their hair, it might get their, they'll be soaked. Lightning. But this is what God told us to do. He's going to protect us through it. No matter what's going on, if God told you to do something, he's going to protect you while you're doing it. No matter how dangerous the situation is, how ridiculous the situation is. You got to think. Some of the Israelites had to be thinking, marching around the city will make the walls fall. It sounds ridiculous. But it's what God told them to do. And it's because of the fact that Joshua and the other, the ones with the ark, protected that, God blessed them. So just think about it. Where in your life have you done that? Have you just cut corners and gotten lazy and complacent? No. Have you just taken the easy way out? No. Your job's getting hard. You don't want to be there anymore. Are you just going to cut your losses, try to find another job? Wait it out because that's what God wants you to do. Or are you just, there's some people out there that are just so lonely. You just jump in the first relationship to get into. They end up miserable for the rest of their life because they don't want to break it. They don't want to divorce the person they're with or anything along those lines. They end up getting miserable. They end up, because they didn't wait for what God had for them. It's because that we have that microwave mentality. If you think about it, the quality of microwave food is awful compared to Crock-Pot stuff, like Crock-Pot food. Because microwave food is full of preservatives. It's nasty, stupid salty. And there's so many different things you got to do. And even then, it might not even be fully cooked and put in there for the time that's said to do. It's just some really low quality stuff. But a Crock-Pot, you go buy the actual ingredients, put it in there, whatever it be, and let it cook for a few hours, maybe a day, depending on what you're making. And it just simmers and cooks and marries. And it comes out, one, with more food, 2, better quality food. And you're so much more satisfied because you can eat more. And it's not filled with stuff that's going to fill you up. So, 2 hours later, you're hungry again. Unless you have some ridiculous metabolism. But just think about it. Do you want what the world has for you when it tells you, be lazy? You'll get something good out of this. It's not going to be as good what God had for you. God says, no, wait. Just wait a moment. Be still. Hear my voice. He's going to give you a blessing, probably better than you even wanted in the first place. It might not be what you asked for, but it's going to be better than what you asked for. You might want to, with you guys, with Scott and Lizzie, they want a pet. We kept trying to give them a cat, but we couldn't get them, to the place where we could actually really give them a cat. They'd be, all of a sudden, they'd get sick. It's like one of those things like, what's going on? So we're trying to give them a cat, and we can't end up doing it. The other day, they found a dog walking down the middle of the road, out in the middle of nowhere. Dog, I think it was Busy Road, right?
No collar.
Huh? No collar or anything. Busy Road. Picked her up, picked the dog up, took her to the vet, got her checked out. Healthy as a horse, sweetest thing on the face of the earth, and a better fit than any cat would have been for them. It was because they waited, when we, I guess, my mom, dad, and I too, we waited to see, the results of what God would have. Whether it would actually be a cat that would be given to them, what happened to them. Now they have a sweet dog named Maggie, right? Named Maggie. They're happy as can be with the dog. It's that kind of thing that you got to go into with it. You got to go in thinking, what does God have in store for me? Is it going to be better than what I wanted? Better than what I asked for? Am I willing to wait for it? So that's where the real blessing comes from, is the waiting of it. Because God's going to bless you. He's going to find a way to bless you regardless of what He's giving you. When you cut corners, take the easy way out. When you sit and wait, you get the real blessing from it. And one of those things where you just go and brag about God and glorify Him. So that's pretty much all I got. As I get off here, just think for the rest of the week. For as long as you can, as long as it comes to your mind, think about how you can wait for God's timing. What does He even want you to do? Are you going to sit and be still for Him? You get the blessing that He has in store, or you just snag the first blessing that comes by that may not be as good. So, 10-10, go on and get up here. Play something, I don't know. Play what the Spirit guides you to do. But it's just one of those things, let God guide you. Be patient. Don't just take the first thing that comes.